Hi everyone, it's Summer with AstariaSen, and today is another Witchy Wisdoms Wednesdays, and today's theme is money spells. So I'm going to try my first money spell, and I'm actually not going to do, it's more of an energy-based thing, which most people know about me. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it and what I'm using here in just a minute. But first, if you're not familiar with Witchy Wisdoms Wednesdays, it is me and 6 other beautiful ladies who are participating in a collab kind of situation where every single Wednesday we go ahead and we have a different theme, and each of us have our own take of the theme and we bring our own stuff to the table. So if you'd like to see what everybody is doing or previous Witchy Wisdoms Wednesdays videos, be sure to check out my little box at the end of this video. It's like a playlist, I guess, of all the Witchy Wisdoms Wednesdays, as well as today's Witchy Wisdoms Wednesdays. And I'll just add them as people get to them. So what we're going to do today is a money box. That's what I'm doing, is a money box. And a charm. Okay, so this box is something I got a long time ago, and for a long time I have been using it to store money. Most people probably don't do it that way, but it sits on my shelf really nicely, and I just pop it open and I stick any spare actual dollars that I have in it, and it has worked out really well for me to just be there. It's like out of sight, out of mind, but I always know where it is in case I need it. Like if the girls need $5 to go swimming, or I just need some cash to go to an event or something like that, because I don't always carry cash around with me. It's very obnoxious to carry cash with me. So I'm going to show you here in a few minutes how I went ahead and created this charm, which will be put into my wallet. And it is a tree of life kind of thing, but I'm using it more as a money tree, and I put it on a string for not magic as well. And I will show you everything that I'm going to use in the video too here in just a second. But this is the focus stone I'm using. You guys, if you guys have watched any of my videos before, you've heard me talk about my focus stones. This one says I am bountiful, and so I used it in my spell work as a focus stone, as well as a green candle. And then I've already done the spell, and I just recorded it, but I wanted to show you something. So inside I have 2 quarters and a dime. Okay, 1 quarter is like, for some reason, I don't know why, I was looking for a 1982 quarter because that's when I was born, and I feel like numbers resonate. So I went ahead and I was looking for a 1982 quarter, but I didn't find one. Instead, I found one that has like all the numbers like kind of, I don't know if they were like shaved off or what, but it's an old quarter, not a new one. So I'm using that as my 1982 or indefinite time frame. And then I have another quarter that represents the homestead. So on the back here, it says homestead on the back of the quarter, because I want to bring the abundance and prosperity into my home. And then this dime has 2020 down here on it. I did try to show it to you in the video, but it doesn't work out so well. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in this or not. Hopefully you can, but if you don't, I'm sorry. But it says 2020 on it because I want it to represent this year as well. And then the dollar bill, of course, for money in general, in a green bag because green represents money. And then I just stick it in my money box, and it'll always be there. But I did the spell as I did the spell, I did the charm spell too. So I'll put this in my wallet, so all of the power that is in this box will also be in my charm. All right. I will be leaving a few links down in the description for references for different things that you can use for your money spells. I did want to talk about energy really quick, because I think since everything is made up of energy, and energy is really important to any kind of spell work, it's important to recognize your energy and your vibrations, because with that is what you're going to bring to the spell. And it's not just that, it's the idea that you can do the spell work, but if you're not willing to put in the extra work that goes along with the spell work, you're not going to find as much abundance as you were hoping. I can do this spell, okay, but I also have to apply myself in order to make it work. And not just in doing the spell, but in the things around me after I do the spell. I have to open myself up to the abundance and prosperity that I want to come into my life. I have to open myself up to that positivity and bring it into my life in order to start seeing it regularly. So keep that in mind. And energy work is really important to me because it's like everything has its own vibration. These quarters that I have in here have their own vibration. If you ting them, they're going to vibrate at a very specific frequency. And I actually have in the description, there's a PDF that I'm going to link that you can go look at, and it actually tells you the different kind of vibrations for the different coins that you can use, which I thought was kind of cool. And energy is important to my spiritual practice because I believe everything has an energy. Everything has that energy vibration to it. This box has an energy to it. The money has an energy to it. The bag has an energy to it. My focus stone has an energy to it. And I have an energy. And I'm bringing all of that into my spell work, all of that into my energy work to produce something that is more beneficial to me. So I have to know myself and I have to know what I'm capable of in order to even make it work to begin with. So I think that positivity and higher vibrations when you're bringing it to a spell is going to give you a better successful chance of making something work for you. But do your research, make sure you know what you want in your spell and why you want it. I recommend that you work with you. So I was born in 1982, which is why I wanted to find a 1982 quarter. I found an indefinite one, which kind of helps me out, and it's an older one at the same time, so it kind of serves two purpose. And then I chose 2020 for my dime because I wanted that to represent this year, and 10 is my number this year. 10 is my it's my tarot card this year, so it's the wheel. So it's really important for me to represent those things in my spell work so that it focuses more on me as a person. So yeah, hopefully that'll work out. And then the box itself, I've had for so many years. This box has my energy all over it. You can get a box and start applying your energy to it, or you can do a money bag. You can do a money bottle. I chose a box because I like boxes. So do what's best for you and what you like best, okay? Now, up next, I'm going to show you how I did everything and what I actually did. And I'll voice over it so that you can see what I was doing, I guess, or hear what I was doing. Bear with me. I'm not really used to doing spell work yet. I'm trying and I'm getting the hang of it, but it's a slow process for me, okay? So yeah, anyways, be sure to look at those links in the description. I have several links available to you for you to do your own research and maybe find some ideas, okay? Thank you so much for watching. And up next is the tutorial. After that is the playlist for Witchy Wisdom Wednesdays. Be sure to check it out. And you guys have a very great day. All right, so first I'm going to light a green candle. Now green is the representation of money and abundance. So I have the green cloth down, I have the green candle lit, I have the green bag sitting there. Oh, so what you're going to need is you're going to need a bay leaf if you want to use like a wish spell. You're going to need the money that you want to use, any kind of focusing things, any kind of charms you want to use, any kind of boxes or anything else. So on my bay leaf, I wrote abundance and prosperity. And if you know anything about me, I generally use bay leaves for everything. This is my focus stone. I have it in the middle because I want it to focus everything for me. This is going to be my charm. I'm going to add knot magic to it. Well, kind of not magic. I'm just going to do the knot as the spell is working. And it's a tree it's kind of the tree of life, but I'm going to use it as a money tree. And I'm going to use a dollar bill folded in half as a representation in my money satchel. Here are the quarters that I'm using. This one's the homestead one that I showed you earlier. This one is the one that has all of the numbers like shaved off of it, which is really weird, but I thought really cool at the same time, of course. And here's the dime. I'm trying to show you the 2020 in it, but it would not focus on that 2020 no matter what I did. So sorry about that. I did try. Should also let you know that before I did this spell, I went ahead and cleansed with some sage, and I did some vibration music, some positive vibration music to fill in the saged area, and made sure that the sage was burning while I was getting all of this stuff ready for my spell work. So first step I'm going to do is set my charm by the focus stone because I really, really wanted to be a part of that. Now here is the abundance oil that I got from Rochelle over at Amethyst Ascension. And I'm just going to use a little bit of it because I feel like a little bit actually goes a long way. I am going to go ahead and put it in just almost everything. This is the box before I put anything in it. It's actually a pretty big book looking box, and I got it a long time ago. This mesh bag is pretty simple. You can probably get that colored mesh anywhere. So first up, we're going to add the oil to some of the stuff that we have down on the table, like the candle, and we're going to go ahead and add it to probably the box, and we're going to add it to the coins as well. Here I'm just kind of revving up energy. You can't really like change energy or not change, but like bring in more energy or actually destroy energy, but you can alter energy. You can change it and transform it into something else. And by rubbing my hands together, I'm kind of bringing all that energy together and activating it in a sense to give it a higher vibration. I'm not so much bringing more in as actually activating it, or at least my version of activating it. And I feel like that friction really, really provides that vibration that I want to bring into this spell. I know it seems really simple, but it's effective for me. And like I said, do what works best for you. All right, so it's just going to be 1 drop on the candle. I don't want too much. And then it's going to be 1 drop on my charm because it'll really soak in. And then it's going to be 1 drop inside my box, my money box. And I'm going to do it right in the southeast corner. Well, it's not southeast to you guys, but it is southeast to me. Because southeast in the home or area that you're working is a representation of money as well in Feng Shui. So now I'm going to burn my wish for prosperity and abundance. And I really feel like burning the bay leaf also provides a higher vibrational energy mixing with everything that I already have going on the table. And it's said that if it sparks and fires a lot, that your spell is most likely to work. And mine really did. So it sure did fire quite a bit. Almost burnt my fingers. And then while it's still smoking, I'm going to go ahead and do the knot magic over my charm. I want the oil to be on the string and the charm because both are going to be with me all the time. And I'm going to tie the knot 3 times. I think it's 3 times. I'm pretty sure it was 3 times. Because I normally do everything in 3s and 7s. Because those are generally fairy numbers. And by tying this so many times, because I'm using like a little dental floss, or not dental floss, it's like a really thin floss yarn. I can't remember what it's called, but I know it's flossy. It comes apart really, really easily, and I want that knot to stay. I really, really want to make sure that stays, because it's kind of sealing the charm and spell together between both the string to hold it and bind it, and the charm to represent the magic itself, at least for me. And like I said, this is going to go in my wallet. It's going to be sitting in my wallet all the time. So I want to make sure that it is tied well and that oil is rubbed in really well too, because I don't want it to get all over everything. And I'm just going to wipe the excess oil onto the money that I'm going to put in the bag. This is not money I'm going to spend. This is money that's going to stay in this bag for as long as I keep the bag. That way, the spell is always going on, always represented for as long as I want it to be. And I'm not relying on a candle to keep my spell going, but rather the money and the bag itself. Again, out of sight, out of mind. So that should hopefully help me out. I did consider keeping the satchel in my purse, but it's kind of big and I didn't really want that overloading everything. I'd much rather just carry a charm with me. People won't look at the charm funny. They might look at the bag a little funny. And while I know I shouldn't be too worried about that, I sort of am. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it inside of this box. And it's just going to stay there. That's where it's always going to be. Just always going to be there. And I'm going to start it off with my first 5 inside the box. It's the first thing that I am encouraging to be put into myself, into my life, into my box, into my abundance, into my prosperity. I got to start it off, right? We got to start somewhere. Now I'm going to take the charm and I'm going to close the spell with my charm by putting out the candle with my charm. Now, if you have a flammable object, please do not do this. Mine is actually a Roku stone, so it's a high fire stone. It can be put out. It can put out the fire easily. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you.